Now, Sri P Singh Badnore.
Yes, so I stand to participate in the short duration discussion on the situation in Nepal and the state of Indo-Nepal relations. At the outset, let me say that we, as all members have said, enjoyed a very cordial relationship, and India has been very proud of that fact. As our Prime Minister, speaking in the Constituent Assembly on the 2nd August 14, said this relationship was as timeless, as timeless as the Himalayas and the Ganga. Sir, as close neighbors, we share a unique relationship, and I don't think no other country enjoys a relationship that we have enjoyed or they have enjoyed with each other. Sir, open borders. We are not worried about who's coming, going. No visas. They are coming, going. And sir, in the army, now if you see, we have no discrimination for a Nepali soldier. In fact, the Nepalis have been such great warriors. There is a Gurkha battalion, and the Gurkha battalion is famous in the Second World War. And I'm not talking because they supported British, but it was the Indian Army, and they were the best soldiers. They say that in the First and the Second World War, if the Gurkhas were not there, the Second and the First World War, we would, or the British would not have won. So that is the story, and that is the Gurkhas, and that is the Nepalis that we know. So there are about 50 to 60,000 Gurkhas still in our army. There are about 3 to 4 lakh pensioners, and now they are going to be getting the OROP also, and they are so happy about it. Sir, I remember that one of the ambassadors that was sent was General Sinha, and he became so popular. And people, when he was leaving, people were so sad. The whole of the army, everybody came to see him off. And sir, Pawanji has mentioned a lot of things. And I would like to say here, and I would like to talk about it, that is it that our diplomats, they prefer going to France, Europe, and not to Nepal? The best go there. They are they learn French and Spanish and whatnot, but they don't want to learn Nepali, and they don't want to go to Nepal. And is it one of those reasons that we don't have the best people as ambassadors? And I don't know, don't shake your hands, because you went to Bhutan and you did a great job. But in Nepal, I think if you had gone there, you would have done a good job. Sir, the history of Nepal has been a very checkered history. And all this has a bearing to the relationship. It was in 1768 that from Mewar, Rajasthan, King Prithvi Narayan Shah went and conquered and became the first ruler there in Nepal. And it was he from Rajasthan. And then they had a relationship, and there were the other family, which were the Ranas. And they had a prime ministership which was hereditary. And it was some time, and this relationship went on for 240 years. The prime ministers were the Ranas, the Shahs were the rulers, but it was, I think, this went on from 1843 to 1951. And it was in 1951 that King Tribhuvan, who was very unhappy about this situation, that he was only a figurehead monarch, and in one of it, because he was not allowed to go everywhere also in Nepal. He had to take permission of the Prime Minister. And that was the time that he turned, is one of the times that he was going on one of his shooting expeditions or whatever you might call it. It turned into the Indian embassy, took the confidence of the Indians embassy, and Indians supported him, and the prime ministership of the Ranas got over. And after that, King Birendra enjoyed great relationship. And I think it was some relationship of Karan Singhji also sitting there. And he enjoyed such a great relationship with Pandit Nehruji and his son King Mahendra. And that was the time that we had such good relationship with Nepal. It was only when an incident happened, and I must say that it was in 2001 that one of the sons shot all the family members. And this carnage, it happened, it was a massacre. It is unheard of. It was a tragedy which you can't even talk about. Until today, they have not been able to find out what made him do it, why did he do it. He shot his father, mother, sister, and his sister was in Mayo College Ajmer. And we knew that family in many, many ways. Sir, that is the relationship that India has always enjoyed. And may I also say that there are some important issues, other important issues, which I would like to mention here. Sir, how is it? And first and before that, I must say that it is after 23 years that Prime Minister, and that is the importance that we have been giving to Nepal. And I'm very happy that our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has been there twice. And on top of that, our External Affairs Minister has been there also. And it was after, I think, 17 years that an External Affairs Minister goes there. And that is the relationship that we wanted to have with Nepal. Sir, in Bhutan, we have had such good MOUs. And in Bhutan, I went to Bhutan, and I must say that they have a great hydropower potential. And today, I think it's going to be nearly 10,000 megawatts, which is going to be imported from there. We are going to have evacuation, we are going to have lines and all that. And it is only our government, and I give credit to my minister sitting here, that they have signed 2 MOUs, and they are going to put in money called the Arun 3 by the SGYANL, and another one which is going to be another 900 megawatt. So we are going to have that. But all these years, what were we doing? Why could not we really exploit this and get hydropower from there? The potential is immense. It works out to about 60,000 megawatts that we can get from there. And they would be able to get money out of us. We want the clean energy that everybody has been talking about. We talk about other clean energies. We are still wanting to go into coal, but we are not ready to explore and get this evacuation and these projects through. So this big brother, small brother. Now, if our embassy and our diplomats go there and give that sort of an attitude, it's not going to be right. I remember, because in Nepal, they are very fond of the Indian films, they are very fond of the Indian songs, and I remember, I should not be naming him, but I must say it, these singers are warned there. They don't come out with this big brother and all this information. They don't like it. Anup Jalota went there. And the first thing that he landed and said, and it was a big show, मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे हिंदुस्तान में बैठा हूं और ये हिंदुस्तान का ही है. When he says this, and he was hooted, but it was a very right thing and this is where the problem starts. Now, it is a fact, sir, that there are lots of tribes there. They have different languages there, and those are all called Kuras. The Limbus, the Muggers, and then so many of them, and they are all in the Indian Army. They're all respected, and they have been great fighters there. And it is something very interesting that today, and I must say it, Rajasthan is not recognized in the 8th schedule, but Nepali is. And that is the importance that we give to Nepal. It's a great thing. But today, we are having problems with them. I think it needs, and lots of members have said the right thing. I think we must send a delegation of members of parliament so that we can talk to them, make them understand. It is a fact that the Madhesis and the Tharus, now Tharus came from where? Tharus have come from Rajasthan again. And it was actually in the time of Maharana Amar Singh Ji that we had lost everything. And there were these queens, they all said that we have got nothing here, so let's go into the forest. And they landed up there. Today's madam, I am sure you must be knowing about it, that the Tharus have a matriarchal system. They don't have the patriarchal system. And we must support Nepal, and we can retrieve this situation. And I must, in the end, say that we must work out so that this blockade is lifted in some way or the other. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.